Coming to you from Rockingham, IPL Radio.
And welcome back. We are live. It is 9:25 on the 25th of January. We're one day away from Australia Day, and we have the awesome, can I say the awesome, Janine from the Naragebup Environmental Centre, who you are a friend of IPL because we've interviewed you a few times, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
How's it going?
Oh, fantastic. I enjoy coming in here for a chat.
We love having you in.
Thank
and
you.
We've got you in specially today because there's an event that we're planning tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to tell us about what you guys are doing with the event?
We're going to be bringing along a couple of our bobtails, and we can talk to the public about what to do if you see one in the garden or an injured one or that type of thing. Or some people do have them as pets, but you have to have a special licence if you want to have reptiles. So it's just sort of basically enlightening the public about nature and about the animals and that sort of thing. But we'll also have our amazing calendars for sale. They're $5.
You want to show that up to that camera there? That one there, there you go.
Yeah,
yep,
I
cool.
thought I had it on that camera.
Awesome. Yeah, so do you want to flick through some of the pages of that?
So the young chap that did the photos is really amazing. The couple of the really good ones is one of our frogs. Look at that,
wow.
one of our magnificent tree frogs. Beautiful. And then we've got some of our pythons. Whoops. Yeah. So yes, there's lots of fabulous photos, and some of the ones around the garden as well. So there's some people having a picnic in the garden.
And that's a local photographer that's done that as well, is it?
Yeah, a young chap. I think he comes from Mandurah.
Cool.
So yes, he's studying at uni, so that's a great portfolio.
And they look amazing photographs. Like he's got really up close and personal with some of those.
He has. Even with actually one of the bobtails, he was in the pen with them, and Snappy just kept crawling towards him and towards him and towards him. And he's got this really close-up photo of the tongue coming out at the lens, so it was pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So tell us, obviously you're going to be at the event tomorrow, so
Yes.
it's at Frank Connectney Community Centre from 4 o'clock till 9 o'clock in the evening. And it's just really bringing everyone together.
Yes.
And also, like you said, educating people about the native wildlife that we have that people don't necessarily get to see.
Yes.
And you've got a flyer with you as well, so that's your holiday program, is it?
Yes, I've got the flyer here that you can find on our Facebook page. We're halfway through the workshop program, so we've still got, on Friday, we've got a painting called Have Fun with Paint, so it's exploring just different techniques for younger kids to work with. Again, at the moment we've got the Just Joey's experience happening, but that's happening again on Saturday. So there's lots of places for that. And again, if they want to come and meet some more of the reptiles, we have another workshop with that on Saturday as well. And that's a hands-on, and you get to meet the snakes and some of the other lizards and dragons and things like that. So that's a really good one to bring kids along to educate them. And also then on Sunday, we have our marine biologist talking to people about feeding the marine animals and what to look out for and what to be wary of and that type of thing.
Is there an age range for the workshops, or?
Not really. I think sort of with the reptiles, I think it'd probably be from about 5 upwards, because if they're too little, they might be afraid of some of the animals.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the joeys, little kids love coming and seeing the joeys, and if they're lucky, they can get to have a hold of one. And some of them are what they refer to as the pinkies, and they're just new little babies that haven't even got any fur. So Dot does an amazing job there at Mandurah Joey Rescue, and you never know what she's going to bring, because she never knows what she's going to have on hand. So she's always rescuing all of the joeys.
And so, how do you get the animals? Like, you get them from rescues, do you, or?
Well, our reptiles and things.
Yeah.
We've got a set amount that we're allowed to have on our licence, so it sort of fluctuates a bit. But we have to get permission if we want to get some other ones in and that sort of thing and have them added to our licence.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've had any of the reptiles have babies in the year and a half I've been there, but we did think that one of the bobtails was pregnant, so she went for an X-ray, and I've kept a copy of that X-ray, but there were no babies in there.
Oh,
So, which
a
is a
false
shame.
pregnancy then, was it?
Well, we don't know. We just thought she was looking fatter than she should have been.
Yeah.
So maybe she was just enjoying all the fruit and flowers that she was being fed.
Fair enough. And one thing that I love about what you guys do is that it's a very personal experience when you go there. Like, you get to hold the animals, you get to have that real closeness with the animals, and you're doing that tomorrow as well, so people can have the opportunity to actually
to hold one if need be. Yeah.
That's
and
so cool.
that's what Jake, who's our marine biologist, is such an enthusiastic educator that he's happy to talk to anybody and everybody. And he's got one of those outside voices that he uses inside. So you know when he's in the building. And he's a fantastic person as well.
And he'll be coming tomorrow, yeah?
No, he won't be, but he's always in the centre.
Oh, okay.
And so he's there most days. And he's happy to talk to people about everything.
Wow, that's going to be so cool.
Yep.
And what else is happening at the centre? So you've got the workshops. People can just come in and just have a browse.
Yeah, we're open Thursday to Sunday from 10 till 3, and it's a $6 entry fee for adults.
Yeah.
And it's $3 for children, or $4 for children. I'd have to look at that. Can't remember now. But they can wander around and look at everything that we've got there and ask any questions. There's a hands-on touch table for the littlies to... there's skulls and bones and, dead things in bottles that they can put under the microscope attached to the computer.
Yeah. So
they can look at those closely. And we've got all the gardens to walk around in. There's a playground for the kids. We've actually got 1.7 hectares of land, so we've got a fair amount. We have community garden beds there that can be hired. Not sure if we've got any free at the moment, but they can be hired. And there's a bush tucker trail that goes around the back of our amphitheatre, which can be hired as well. And
do you get many kind of weddings there?
We've got a wedding coming up in the next couple of months.
Because I've been there a few times, and it's kind of very peaceful and
it's
idyllic,
beautiful. It's beautiful, and we're trying to get more events happening in the amphitheatre, and I think we might even have an open mic night that we're trying to get happening in a couple of months' time.
It's funny you should mention that. Yeah, so I got a phone call from a friend of mine, Derek Hawlin.
Yep.
And he was saying that he's him and a colleague of his are trying to put together some open mic, and they want us to be involved in that.
Oh,
so,
good. Yep.
I think, is that March or
I think it was
April?
in March we were looking at that, March or April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. So that's an open mic in the amphitheatre, and that's in the night time, is it? Evening?
An evening. I think it'll be like the twilight market times, I think.
Yeah.
Same sort of scenario.
Yeah.
But we also hire out our Lakeview room, which is our big room at the front of our building, and which is built from straw bales. So that's one of those sustainable things that we talk about. And we have that birthday parties. We hire out a lot for the birthday parties in there. And we've had book launches. I believe there'd even been somebody's wake held in there a few years back.
Wow.
So
That's
it can be hired for
horses
anything.
for courses, isn't
I
it,
know,
right?
I know.
So
It's a peaceful place. Why not have a wake there and
yeah.
you can then go off, drift off peacefully. So
I suppose it would be better than fireworks, wouldn't it?
yes. Or put your fireworks in your pocket when you go to be cremated.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So so lots of things are happening there. So we're just sort of trying to get people in, and they can join as a member, and then they've got unlimited access to the place.
So how does the membership work?
For a single adult, it is $25. For a family, it's $60. So you pay that, you've got your membership card, then you've got unlimited access to the place anytime you want to come in. So you don't have to pay an entry fee. So, but we've also actually got a really amazing gift shop there as well, which has got a lot of work in there from local artists, including me.
Yeah.
And we have a coffee machine as well, so you can buy a lovely coffee while you're walking around and browsing the gift shop or all the animals.
It sounds like an awesome day
Oh, it
trip
is.
for the family.
It is.
Um,
It is. And
and-
we get a lot of bus tours of people coming in as well. We've got some seniors coming in, I think, one day in the next couple of weeks. And I think that resulted from Pauline, our reptile wrangler, and I took, I think, our bearded dragon along to a seniors conference some months back, and I handed out brochures and everything to everyone. And I think that's been a result of that, because they're coming for a bus trip for the day or for a few hours.
'Cause it's the same as us. It's really getting message across that you're there, isn't it?
Yes.
And then when people realise that they have a zoo on their doorstep, basically, they don't have to go into Perth. They can just go to Port Kennedy, isn't it? Or
Perrin.
Point Perrin, yeah.
Yep.
So it's such a local place where, like, it's a great day out for the
Yeah,
kids, and
yeah. And
why wouldn't you want to go?
I know, and a lot of people don't realise we're there, and myself included. I drove past it for 3 years before I realised what it was and went in. And, yeah, so we're working on a bigger and better sign at the front to sort of
Draw people.
draw people in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess it's about doing these events as well. And it's the same for
It
us.
is.
Like, the more we get out to the community to let people know that we're here, the more we're going to grow. We can't just expect people to find us.
No, and that's why I'm sort of doing as much as I can, and I was able to bring those skills with me when I joined a year and a half ago. So yes, and also I coordinate all the volunteers as well. So
How many volunteers have you got at the moment?
Oh, we've probably got about 40 odd on our books, but we've only got a regular core group of probably about 15,
Yeah.
20, I suppose. So we're always on the lookout for people. At the moment, we need somebody to help the chook lady. So somebody who's got knowledge of chooks who'd be interested in giving a day or two to help her out. We're always on the lookout for cleaners, and also I believe some more people in the garden as well to help the gardening team. So
Cool.
there's always
Jobs to be done.
jobs to be done, always floors to be swept, toilet to be cleaned, and all those sorts of things. And especially like with the chooks, they need to be put to bed at sunset so the foxes don't get them, and then we need somebody to let them out first thing in the morning and that type of thing, and just keep their area clean as well.
Yeah.
So we do have a few ducks and a very vocal goose called Honker. So
Honker the Goose.
He's-
That sounds like a children's book.
I know.
Honker the Goose.
Maybe I should write a book about
I think
it.
you should. Just a story about Honker the Goose. That would work.
That's a good thought. It can go on my list of books I need to write.
Absolutely. Awesome. So how can people find about you? You're on Facebook?
We're
You
on
have a
Facebook.
website?
Yes, our website's not working at the moment, so Facebook is the best place to find us.
Yeah.
And I always pin any important things like the workshops to the top of the page so people can find them.
Yep.
And that's the best way. I think one of the other girls is doing a bit on Instagram, but that's not one of the areas that I work in.
You've not ventured into TikTok yet?
Not into TikTok. I've ventured into Instagram, but I don't have time to do everything. So, I can't do it all. I've got to delegate a little bit. So, yes.
100%.
So that's the best way to find us. Facebook's the best place to find us. And I always, when we have the school holiday workshops coming up, I always post those on all of the local community pages as well.
Yeah.
So that sort of gets it out just that little bit more.
And it's the Naragebup Environmental Centre. Can you spell Naragebup? I can never spell it properly. So
Well, it's pronounced Naragebup.
Oh, Naragebup.
Yeah, so
okay.
so think of it as never give up. So Naragebup, let me see, I haven't even got it written down on my bit of paper. Naragebup. I've got to think about typing it. So it's the
Cool.
full name is Naragebup Rockingham Regional Environment Centre.
Okay.
It's a big mouthful.
Hats off to whoever came up with that name.
Well, Naragebup means it was put together by an elder, and it means to coming together at the water and a cup of water.
Oh, okay.
So I believe Lake Richmond, which we're over the road from, was one of the meeting places for the groups.
So it's got its foundations in the Aboriginal community
Yes,
then?
yes.
Cool.
So that was the meeting place, and like I try and say to people, it was the dating site of all of the families coming together every season. So, yeah. So we've got that connection, and I think that was given, the name was given to us by the elder when Bob Goodale was the chap who started the place about 20-odd years ago, 29 years ago I think it is. And I think it was given to him then. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So there's a bit of the history in the front of the calendar as well. So there's a bit of information about the centre and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And one of the amazing things was the young bloke Craig who did the photography. He found on the back cover there's these beautiful little orchids that he somehow found out the back somewhere, which we didn't even know that they were growing there.
Oh, wow.
So he just found those when he wandered around. And actually, while I'm on air, I'd like to thank some of the sponsors that helped put the calendar together.
100%. So who?
So we had there's Madeline King, the Friends of Point Perrin, the Safety Bay IGA, Street Hassle, and Street Hassle are the events people, and Mandurah Counselling and Psychology Centre, and also Campbell Myers was one of my coffee group ladies donated some money for her grandson, so his name's in there as well.
Oh,
so,
that's cool.
Yeah.
You've got to thank the sponsors, because without them, we wouldn't be able to function, would we?
No, we wouldn't. And because we're a not-for-profit organisation, all of the money we make is the public coming in to see us.
Yeah.
So that's where it all comes from. So that was why I said, can we put a calendar together for this year? And it was a bit of a nightmare, but I managed. I got it there. So, yes.
Very cool. And it looks very awesome. We might see if we can get one for IPL.
Yes, I've got them in my car. I've got plenty to sell. So
how much are they?
They're $5 now.
$5,
yeah.
Okay.
They
cool.
were 10, but once we hit the start of the year, we reduced it to 5, so that because we've used up most of the first page.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure to have you in, Janine.
Thank you.
As always, and we look forward to seeing you and some of the bobtails tomorrow at the Frank Hackney Community Centre.
We will. We will all be there.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we're going to party like a Russian now. It's Robbie Williams.